Hello, and thanks for joining me again. It's Suzanne. I wanted to talk to you today about the critical inner voice. Do you have one of those? Is it your voice or someone else's that you're hearing? It's really possible to clear that critical inner voice, but first you need to figure out where it's coming from. So it comes up automatically, doesn't it? It's not like you're thinking about the person whose voice it is, or you're not thinking about giving yourself a hard time or something like that. It's just that critical inner voice that comes up like the devil on your shoulder and asks you questions like, who do you think you are? And why did you even try that? You knew you were going to fail, and those kinds of statements. So think about whose voice it is. And if you can remember as a child hearing that voice, then it's a really good thing to do to identify an event from back then and tap and clear it. If you can't identify it, just go with this general tapping, but you do get a better result if you go for the specific event. So then you would tap on the side of your hand here and say, even though that critical inner voice is giving me a hard time, I choose to accept myself anyway. Even though I hear all the put downs and all the self-doubt from that critical inner voice, I deeply and completely accept myself anyway. That critical inner voice brings up all the self-doubt, all the fears and worries that I've ever had. And maybe it's not even my voice. Maybe it belongs to someone from the past. I accept myself anyway. And on the crown, this critical inner voice. This critical inner voice. It may not even be my voice. This critical inner voice. I hear it way too often, and it's not even my voice. Perhaps it belongs to a parent or an old teacher. But it brings up so much self-doubt and so much fear and worry that it stops me in my track. This critical inner voice. And then take a big breath. And doing a general round like that might actually bring up a memory of the specific event from the past, the specific person perhaps, and then you can start working on that. So just identify the event, make a movie of it, take a frame out of the movie that's around about 30 seconds long, and then tap on that movie. So it might be something like, even though that was my mum criticizing me when I was 3 years old, or whatever it was. And then you do a round of tapping on that. Mum criticizing me. I was such a small child, and she was so mean. I know she was angry with me, but I really felt bad. And I've been hearing her voice ever since. Words like that, whatever it is that comes up for you, and just tap and clear it and tap and clear it until you're no longer hearing that critical inner voice. You know, that voice probably, if it's a mum voice or a dad voice, probably comes out of the circumstances where they were feeling stressed and anxious and worried about something. It wasn't about you at all, but as a child, we take it on and interpret that it's about us. And we feel things like we're not good enough or we're not lovable enough. And so then we keep on hearing that voice over and over. But the good news is you can clear it with this tapping process. If you want to know more about tapping, there are some free resources on my website. There are some tapping challenges on my free group in Facebook. It's called The Key to Happiness. You're very welcome to go there, or come to the website and get some of those free resources from there. It's my desire for you that you clear the critical inner voice, that you clear anything that is holding you back, and that you begin to live the life that you love, that loves you right back. So spiral up and live that life that you love. It's waiting for you.